The reason why I'm making this video to begin with is because I saw one of my good friends, Halime, who is a Danish girl, she had this Facebook post on her page about an event where she and three other wonderful, smart, beautiful women who I admire and who I think are partly brave, partly because they're not courageous enough to say it as it is and to talk about the issues freely and honestly, and instead they talk in general terms, call it social control. This is the political correct term that authorities and the political decent people, not racist like me, self-hating, self-loathing, as Islamophobe, Uncle Tom, and if you're not that part of the left, then you'll say I have Islam on my brain, and you have the left that doesn't want to talk about these issues at all, right? They try not to talk about them, and actually that is kind of mainstream leftist in Denmark, broadly so. But then we have some political commentators with Muslim background or political, activists who want to talk about these issues, but they don't want to say it's a Muslim issue. They don't want to talk about Islam as this. When confronted, normally these people say, no, Islam has nothing to do with this issue, okay? And then when confronted, they'll maybe say, oh, of course Islam has something to do with it, but it's not it has not a big role to play in these issues. Of course it has. You're lying. I know you're lying. You know you're lying. Most people know you're lying. Stop lying. And just talk about these issues freely, without self-censorship. Don't try to censor me or other people by saying I have Islam on my brain. Don't call me Islamophobe. Don't, start shaming people because they're speaking the truth about Islam and Muslim problems. This is a Muslim problem. This is not a Greenlandish problem. This is not a Vietnamese problem. This is not a Brazilian problem. This is not a Polish problem. It's not an ethnic Danish problem. It's not social control. It's about Muslim culture. And you know what comes with Muslim culture? Islam. Mainstream Islam comes with Muslim culture. In a lot of countries, Islamic countries, you have laws installed, whether it be like Iran, Saudi Arabia. Of course, you have laws installed in those countries which are Sharia laws, but even like other countries which you would say are more secular Muslim countries, you have Sharia law when it comes to women's rights. Women are not seen as equal members of the society in that way. In Muslim countries, we don't have the freedom of speech. In Muslim countries, we don't have the possibility to come out and say these things. Over 20 years ago, Nasser Khader, who is a politician, a Muslim reformer, and an author, he wrote a book about Muslim honor culture, and he then wrote about Islam. Of course, he knew it was going to be controversial. Did he know that he was going to have political, protection? Since then, he has had protection for 20 years. And I think it's, grow some balls and talk about these issues, and don't talk about them. If you're not going to be honest, if you're going to self-censor yourself, don't talk about these issues. Muslim honor culture has to do with the religion. Of course it has. Look at Muslim upbringing. How do you treat girls? Muslim girls who are the victims of social control, they themselves tell us, the arguments against my freedom, my personal freedom, are religious. Then you, as a free Muslim woman, as a feminist in a free country, in 2017, you're not going to say that this control and this culture has to do with Islam? That's just pathetic. People who are not free in Muslim countries, and young people who are brought up now in Muslim countries and in Muslim communities in Western countries, who have problems, who are the victims of honor culture, who are the victims of, you know, social control that you talk about. They don't need you to lie. They want you to tell the truth. They want you to stand up for them. They want you to tackle the problem head on.